everybody, and welcome back to another video. And if you're here for the very first time, it's lovely to meet you. I'm Jane and my husband Mike is behind the camera. We're British, early retirees. We've got absolutely no debt and we've paid off the mortgage. And we live a thrifty, frugal and money-saving life here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Friday we bring you something food related. Now this week I've still been testing my new Cosori turbo blaze and getting used to using it really. And I wanted to do some batch cooking and get some things in the freezer, and I really didn't want to use my big oven this week. So I've had a good try of using it when I'm batch cooking. So I've made some oven roasted vegetables, soup, I made some lasagna, and I tested using little foil dishes. Some of you gave me some really good suggestions and said get some foil dishes to fit in there. So I've done that with the lasagna, and I also had a go at cooking apple crumble in it as well, and it turned out really well. We hope you enjoy the video. I'm batch cooking some lasagnas today, and I always freeze them in these foil containers, and I've just tested it and this will fit perfectly in my little Cosori turbo blaze. So that's great. So I'll be able to take them out of the freezer and just pop them in the turbo blaze and cook them up really quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and make my lasagnas. So here's what I'm going to be putting in my bolognese sauce to make my lasagna with. I've got sausage meat. A lot of you call that Italian sausage. I've got reduced bolognese mix. This is strange here. I've only ever seen it here in France. It's meat and tomatoes and other stuff minced up in it already. I've got the bacon or the lardons. I've got my canned tomatoes, herbs de Provence, some tomato puree, and this is something I add to this. This is only €1 a bag. This is carrots, celery and leeks, and I've got a little bit left over there as well. And obviously I'll chop up some onions. Really easy recipe for us, nothing authentic about it, but works for us. I often get asked if I use these foil dishes again. I find, first of all, I pay about £1.50 for 10 of them, and that's a good price. And they fit in the freezer, you can freeze them easily. And the other good thing about it is obviously it fits in the air fryer. But I can use these about 4 times. They start to fall apart after that, and then obviously they go in the recycling. They're aluminium, and that's a valuable thing to recycle. So yeah, I use them about 4 times. So I feel I get my money's worth from them. And people do ask me that. I thought I'd show you how much vegetables, how many vegetables, how much vegetables, one or the other, I put into my meat sauce. It's half vegetables. It just stretches it a long way. So the mince I got greatly reduced at the supermarket, the minced beef. The pork sausage meat, I got that on a really good deal. The lardons was buy one packet, get one half price. So that was a really good price. And all of those vegetables that you can see there is €1. There's a couple of onions chopped up in there as well. I'm going to stir this through. It really does reduce and cook down, but it so stretches this meat a long way. So there is everything ready to go. I've made my cheese sauce. I basically make a bechamel sauce and whack in cheese. I had lots of cheese left from Christmas, so this is quite a rich cheese sauce, this. It's even got cream cheese in it. I've just thrown it all in. And there's the finished pot of bolognese sauce. I've got my foil dishes ready and my lasagna sheets. I don't put cheese sauce in between because my meat sauce is wet enough, and I just put a good layer of cheese sauce on top. And then when I go to reheat it and recook it, I'll add in a bit more cheese on top as well. There it is, ready to go. That's 4 lasagnas I've made, and we also had spaghetti bolognese for lunch today, so one of these will be for another day. So I can freeze 3 without the lasagna cooked in it, and I can freeze 1 with the lasagna cooked in it, and that will be a quicker reheat afterwards. So let's get this into the turbo blaze. There it is. Let's get it switched on. I'm going to put it on, I'm going to bake it, I think. I'm going to try baking it at 165 for 20 minutes. I think that'll be absolutely perfect. Well, that turned out really, really well. In the end, it took 40 minutes. I only put it in on low. I have a tendency to burn things. I think I could have put it in at 195 for 20 minutes, or I've put it in at 165 for about half an hour. Anyway, there it is. One ready-made lasagna. I'm really, really pleased with that. And that's a perfect size. So if you see those foil dishes, pick them up and use them not only for freezing, but for actually cooking your lasagna in your air fryer. I'm cooking roasted vegetable soup today, and I'm using my Cosori turbo blaze to roast the vegetables. Let's see what I've got in here. I've got 1 large carrot, peeled and chopped, 1 large sweet potato, peeled and chopped. I've got about a cupful of frozen mixed peppers, and I've got 1 small onion, peeled and chopped. I'm going to stick those in for 10 minutes. There we go. So I'm going to put that on air fry for 10 minutes. And I'll come back and see what it's like after that. I'm also going to make some apple crumble in my air fryer as well. In my bowl I have 200 grams of regular gluten-free flour, 100 grams of butter, and I will also add in 50 grams of sugar when I've mixed it through. I just mix it through with my fingers and then add the sugar. And here are the apples that we picked in the summer and I canned, and they are canned in a light syrup. So all I will do with those is sprinkle on some cinnamon and some nutmeg. And then they'll go into the dish and it will go into the air fryer. So there's the vegetables all roasted. It took them 15 minutes on air fry. So I have here the roasted vegetables, and I've got a litre of vegetable stock. I'm going to pour the stock over the cooked vegetables and just blend this with my immersion blender, and then I'll just be able to put that in their storage containers, ready to cool down and go into the fridge. So there are both the soups finished, and I blended them with the immersion stick. Just waiting for them to cool down. I'm going to put the lid on. We'll have one for dinner, for supper tonight with just some bread, and one can go in the freezer for another day. What a great way of using up vegetables. I had just the sweet potato was just sat around. I did not know what to do with it. And the frozen peppers, the bag was open, and you know what it's like if you've got a bag of frozen vegetables open. They just need using up. There we go. Roasted vegetable soup, and I've tested it and it's delicious. So there are the 2 crumbles. I've just put the apples onto the bottom because I already cooked them when I canned them in a light syrup. I sprinkled them with cinnamon and nutmeg. I put a sprinkle of cinnamon and nutmeg in the crumble mix as well, and just put the crumble mix on top. I'm going to put them in the air fryer for 15 minutes. Here's my apple pie ready to go in there. I was just thinking actually with these little dishes that I've got now, I think that would be really good. I could put a cake in there, I could put anything in these now. They're just the right size. That's really great. I've got foil dishes that fit in there, and I've just bought a couple of these glass ones as well. Really, really good ones. So I'm going to put that in on, I'm going to bake this actually on Bake It, and I'm going to put that in for 30 minutes. Let's set that going. it is, apple crumble, all cooked. I did burn it a bit. I put it in at 165 and thought, oh no, that's not hot enough. Put it in at 200 and I managed to burn it a bit. But being crumble, you can scrape off the top. Anyway, it's a frugal channel. We're not going to waste it. We're not going to waste it, are we? So there we go. Apple crumble with its lid on, cooling down, ready to go in the freezer. That's 2 I've cooked in the air fryer now. And that's not bad for a bit of batch cooking, is it? 4 lasagnas, 2 pots of soup, 2 pots of apple crumble, all gone in the freezer, all cooked in the air fryer. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. Thank you for all of your comments, and we read everyone. Tell me, is there something unusual that you cook in your air fryer? Love to hear from you, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.